Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. This is the translation of that message that she sent to me. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I am working as a registered nurse here in Zim, and I cannot tell you exactly where I am writing you this confession from. I am working as a nurse, so I appear as if I am someone that is dedicated. Even at church, they think that I am a nice person. I look like a very dedicated healthcare professional, someone that is committed to the well-being of my patients. But beneath it all, there is something which is very dark, a secret that I am keeping in my heart. I am writing this confession to you because the secret is very heavy on me. When it all started, I said it was all about money, but now I can see that no matter how hard I try to tell myself that I had to do it, but I had to do what I had to do so as to survive. But no matter how much I tried to convince myself, I told myself that what I did, it was very wrong. It all started 3 years ago when I found myself in a deep financial crisis. My salary as a nurse was never enough to cover for my expenses, let alone there were some people that were threatening me that I was owing a lot of money. Desperation was what drove me to seek out any means of survival. So I had once treated this other man who was waiting for a certain traditional healer. And this man, I used to talk with him and I'll be like, please give me. So this man that I was dating, when I would tell him that I wanted some money, we were speaking on WhatsApp and he said, how much do you want me to give you? And then I said, at least if you can give me something like $50 US, and he told me that he only had $10 US, but I wanted more. He then said that he was going to speak with his boss after I had said, come on, be a man, speak with your boss to give you some credit. He then spoke with his boss, the traditional healer, and then the traditional healer said that he was willing to offer me some money. And I said, how much are you going to give me? And at that time, I needed at least 1,000 US. And I told him that I needed at least 1,000 US. He said that is quite a lot of money. He said that he was willing to give me the money, but he offered me a deal that seemed too good to be true. He said that for every patient that I was going to help him to collect, and he said collect, and this meant that he wanted me to finish off these patients that will be brought into the ward where I am working, and he was going to pay me 1,000 US. He said that the only thing that you need to do for me is that I have this handkerchief that I have, and this handkerchief, he had gotten it in Zambia. So he said that I want you to place it underneath the pillow of the sick patients. Then when you give it to me, I can use it at my shrine. So I really do not know how he uses this handkerchief at his shrine. It's like when people come to him when they want money, he somehow uses that handkerchief that I would have placed underneath the pillow of those that will be about to die. He assured me that what I was doing is like I was helping God, because these people, they would have suffered for a very long time. But deep down, I know that what I am doing, it is not a nice thing. And this thing of making people to die before their time, it is just not nice. I knew that this handkerchief that I was placing underneath their pillows, it was like a cursed object designed to steal life from those that were already weak and vulnerable. At first, I hesitated because when I was in nursing school, I had taken an oath to save lives, not to take lives. But the money was too tempting for me, and the amount that I was owing, it was just too much. The first time that I did it, I was terrified. I watched this other patient, my patient, who was an elderly woman who had been brought to our hospital by her grandchild, a young woman who told me that she was suffering. She was working as a maid and life was really hard for her. I was terrified, but I told myself that God had made this woman to suffer for a very long time. It was my duty to assist her. Later on, after I had allowed her one more visitation, when the visitation hour was over, that was when I took that handkerchief that I had been given by that traditional healer and I placed it underneath a pillow. And I told myself that this old woman, she was already at death doorstep, and I had simply helped her along to die. But the truth is that what I did was wrong. I should have never crossed the line. The money was handed to me later on after I had returned back that handkerchief. The money, it was given to me the very next day. It was in an envelope. For a moment, I was really happy. I used the money, but each and every time when I would close my eyes, it would be like I'll keep on telling myself that the reason as to why that woman had to die, it was because of me. So this handkerchief was the one that had taken that woman's life. Despite the guilt, I continued. When I got the first money, I used it to buy some groceries, some items, and paying some bills. I needed more money still, and the money was too good to refuse. So per month, it will depend with how many customers this traditional healer can get. If he can get a lot of customers, then you will demand that at least I do it 3 times, which means a month I can get from 2,000 to 3,000 US dollars. I started using that money to build my house, first in the village and in the city where I am staying. I know that what I am doing, it is very wrong. It is quite selfish, whatever that I am doing. But when I look at my kids, they are now in private schools. I am even sending my little sister to this other college, which is very expensive, something that I never thought I'll be able to do. I am living a good life. I am going to bed not being worried what I am going to eat tomorrow. But I feel like I am trapped. If someone were to ask me how many lives have I taken, I have lost count. The money has filled my pockets. My heart is empty. Sometimes I hear voices, but they are unclear what they say to me, just like they are the voices of these people that I have helped to end their lives. I know that I have sinned in such a way that maybe God won't be able to forgive me. I feel like I am trapped. I am trying to climb out of this trap that I have gotten myself into. This traditional healer has told me that I should not be afraid. I should not worry, for everything is going to be okay. But I am scared because I do not know what the future holds for me. I had told myself that if I can make enough money, this was in the beginning of this year, I said if I can make enough money, then I am going to stop doing it. But now we are already in August, and I don't have a lot of money, and I have a lot of bills that I need to settle next year as well. There are things that I need to do. As for my daughter, she will be in Form 6, which means if she passes, I have to prepare money for her to go to university. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I have to keep on doing this, not because I want to, but this is the only way that I can be able to send my daughter to school. I know that there are people that are going to judge me, but this is what I have been doing, and I have lost count of all the people that I have killed at the hospital where I am working. I really do not know what does this traditional healer use this handkerchief for. All that he wants is that for these people, when they are about to die, I place it underneath their pillow. Maybe you will be harvesting their spirit. I don't know. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. That was the translation of the message. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Just imagine going with your parents to the hospital, and then the next thing that happens is that you are told that your parent has passed away. Because this nurse, this is what she does. She says that whenever someone is brought to the hospital, she makes sure that she pretends as if she's taking really good care of that sick patient, so that she can just get the chance to place that handkerchief underneath the sick patient's pillow, so that the person can die as quickly as possible. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.